Yes, indeed, it is the last official work day of the week, and thank you so much for joining us this morning on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right here on Flow 94.9 FM. It is the flow of God's own state, still part of our morning show right here. We talk about the issues, we dissect them so that you can make better decisions in the nearest future. The program comes every Monday, every Wednesday, and also every Friday right here on the flow of God's own state, Flow 94.9 FM. My name is Michael Oni. So much is happening in the political scene. Of course, you will get to hear that on the political update. And also today on the program, we will be talking about the political development in Abia Pdp. I'm talking about the state chapter right here, which is ridden with crisis. Although members of the party will say, no, we do not have crisis. But looking at the recent development, especially from the three-man delegate list, it started with the zoning arrangement down to the three-man delegate election that should have taken that is contentious now, because if I say it should have taken place, it means I'm siding one. I'm pitching my tent with one side. Some persons are saying it has taken place. There is a list already. While some members of the party are saying we've not had delegate list. In fact, some aspirants went to Abuja and they had this press conference. There was a counter statement from the state chapter of the People's Democratic Party. So these are many more we will be looking at this morning on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right here on Flow 94.9 FM. We're live already on our Facebook page, facebook.com/flow949fm.
This is Political Update. One of the vocal members of the ruling party, Adamu Garba, has attacked the All Progressives Congress, claiming that the party is filled with nepotism. The presidential aspirant under the Young Progressives Congress said this in an interview, accusing the party of commercializing political participation. This comment followed the heated debates generated after the APC pegged its presidential nomination and expression of interest forms at 100 million naira. Former chairman of Inter-Party Advisory Council IPAC, Patrick Ame, is urging Nigerians to take special interest in what happens in various political parties in the build up to their primary elections. Ame, in a monitored interview, stressed that the delegate system has been compromised and destroyed by politicians who influence the process to the detriment of credible aspirants. He also condemned the exploitation of the aspirants by party delegates.
Delegates are reasoning in the wrong way, because at the end of the day, you have 4 years that you are going to suffer, while the man has 4 years that he's going to enjoy, because there will be carbon water on that decision you are taking. So the delegate is supposed to move on circumspect and think very wisely that no need to look for 50,000, no need to look for 100,000. Both people, whether they have money or not, who can go and represent our people.
The governorship aspirant, Dr. Alex Oti, has dismissed claims that President Muhammadu Buhari has anointed an aspirant as governorship candidate of the APC in Abia State. A statement signed by Oti's media aide, Ferdinand Ekoma, dismissed the reports that other governorship aspirants under the platform of the APC have been asked to step down as false, baseless, unfounded, and misleading. They said the aspirant behind the propaganda is afraid of democratic contest due to his unpopularity and lack of followership within and outside the party. Hence his resort to deceitful strategy as means to winning the ticket of the APC. The statement urged stakeholders and supporters to ignore the propaganda and continue to stand by Dr. Alex Oti to win the ticket and the governorship election through inclusive campaign, mobilization of party and non-party members at all levels. That was Political Update. I am Wisdom Thomas.
All right, thank you very much for staying tuned. Many thanks to Wisdom for the update in the world of politics. Now let's delve into the conversation today. We're live on Facebook. You do join us also. In case you're live on Facebook, you must have seen the topic of discussion there already. We're looking at the political developments in the Abia Pdp. So much is happening in that party. Even at it is just about 15 days to the presidential primary. 22nd of May, if I'm correct, is the House of Assembly primary, and the party is still riddled with crisis ahead of the primaries. And one will be asking, when will the party be out of this crisis to have a successful primaries, which will lead to success for the party in the 2023 general elections? Let's delve into the conversation already. He has been in the studio before. He's a philanthropist, a political scientist. The last time he spoke about the zoning arrangement of the PDP, and he wasn't quite at home with the zoning arrangement of the People's Democratic Party in Abia State. I'm talking about Honorable Mkpa Oju Uka. I'm glad to have you join us. Welcome back to the studios of Flow FM and welcome back to the platform.
Thank you so much, Mike. It's wonderful to be here.
All right. And joining us virtually is Honorable Chisom Nwachuku. He's a public affairs analyst. Honorable, good morning to you and thank you so much for joining us on the platform.
Good morning.
All right. I will begin with you. So much has happened right from the last time you were in the studio with me when we talked about the politics playing out and the intrigues ahead of the general elections in Abia State, especially as far as the People's Democratic Party is concerned. Are you comfortable with the latest development? Are things now normal in the People's Democratic Party?
Michael, so yes, there is a crisis. And I told you, when I granted the interview on the 5th of January, that if the zoning system is not respected, if the charter of equity is abandoned, Abia will plunge to a crisis. PDP will be on their way down, and that is what's going on. So I said it, and it's happening. It's obvious. That's an unquestionable truth.
The state executive committee, the state working committee rather of the party has come out severally to say it was due to wide consultations that before getting to this point of zoning to 2 senatorial zones, which is unprecedented anyways, that stakeholders from all the senatorial zones, all the local governments were consulted before that zoning arrangement was agreed.
So how do you zone governorship into 2 senatorial zones? That's deceitful. It's very clear. It has never been done, and it's a dangerous precedent. So and it baffles me, and because realizing that the incumbent governor and the former governor, Senator T.H., they are all products of equity, and I keep saying this. Why do you have to abandon it now, or tell Abians and the PDP that you're zoning it to 2 senatorial zones? As far as I'm concerned, that is a total failure.
Okay, Honorable Nwachuku joining us virtually. How will you describe the state of affairs of the People's Democratic Party in Abia State as we speak, looking at what is playing out in the party ahead of the primaries?
Thank you very much. Honestly, all is not well in PDP. But let us just face the fact. All of these problems started from the zoning. It's a very wrong one. Most of it coming in United States. And the essence of this zoning in United States was to maintain peace within the prisons of Abia North, Abia Central, and Abia South. So that all the zones, all the loops and corners, all the wards and local government will embrace leadership and dividends of democracy. And that was the reason why the first governor T.A. Oju handed over to T.A. Oju. And T.A. Oju handed over to our dear governor, Islam. And in the zoning, there is no way you put two senatorial zones together to run an election. That is one governorship position to 2 senatorial zones. It's not done. It's not done. That is the first stage of the problem. That is where the entire problem started. And I could say, what we owe the government or leaders is respect. We owe them leaders, but we must tell the leaders the truth.
Well, if you say that is the first stage, or that is the first step of the problem in the PDP in Abia State as we speak, I thought it has been settled because forms have been sold to aspirants from all these senatorial zones, and they are going ahead. I mean, the party is going ahead with the primaries in the coming days. So, if you say the foundation of the problem, what other problems do we have today? Is the zoning also related to the issue of the PDP delegate Congress that is also generating a lot of reactions?
But what I'm trying to say is that that is the foundation, because this is purely, what I say purely a period, and because the government itself is a product of zoning. I think that the North would have made in the zoning. the governorship position in the slot of Abia North, not Abia Central. Secondly, there was no delegate election in Abia State, of primary, whatever you may call it. And there is no way these party stakeholders, people who have spent their money, their resources to build the party, will stay and you hijack all the delegates, all to yourself, for the purpose of running election or bringing us and an unfamiliar face in politics. This is very wrong. That is another thing that caused the problem. I believe that if that matter is settled and let it be settled forever at this season, let the original delegates go to the poll and elect the next flag bearer of PDP.
Okay, Honorable Uka in the studio, are you also agreeing with him that there has not been anything like a three-man delegates Congress in the state, in Abia Pdp?
I completely agree.
There
wasn't.
Why do you agree with him?
If there wasn't an election, why should INEC cancel it? There wasn't.
Has INEC cancelled it?
There is no election.
Well, you say INEC has cancelled it. I'm asking this question based on the releases, the press releases from the Abia PDP Secretariat. So much of releases just to ensure that they put the public in the know of what is happening in the party. I'm sure you've seen the letter written by the PDP Abia State, signed by the acting publicity secretary in the person of the chairman, the deputy chairman, vice chairman rather, for Abia North Senatorial District.
So are you still putting so much trust on the Abia PDP, the chairman
party
of
at
the
the state level is saying it's mischievous, the report circulating on social media, that there was no three-man delegates election, that the election was held on the 6th of May, according to the release. So why do you say it has not been conducted?
Are you aware that 11 or so of the aspirants went to Abuja, had a press conference?
Very well. They held a press conference in Abuja,
which was then released, and then it was confirmed that there was no election. Are you not aware that the party secretary, in his position as Barrister David Oro, was suspended for saying the truth?
I was going to ask you that.
He was suspended for saying the truth, that there was no election. So when somebody in his position can say that, why suspend him?
Are there implications to this?
Legally, there are. I think what's happened, if they maintain that there was an election, then they will not field a candidate in the next election. That will be the fall of PDP.
So PDP might lose out totally.
They know that. They know that.
Like this. But there are statutory delegates.
That is the people that would now do the election, not the three-man ad hoc committee Congress, which never happened. And I think it's high time the party leadership at the national level, somebody like are you the party chairman, should wade into the crisis in Abia, because it's totally falling apart. And you know, when I spoke about allowing power to shift to Abia North, that was the position of Chief Adolfo Wabara before he was suspended or maybe sacked. And that's a BOT member of the party, and I think he was a member of the governing council.
Are you saying his position on the state of affairs of the PDP is connected to him being asked to step aside as?
I am. That's what it is. How can you sack him for taking a position? Let's maintain equity and let power shift Abia North.
But that was only the reason given by the governor, who appoints.
The bottom line
has the right to appoint, and also.
Yeah, of course. But the bottom line is all these things are happening at the same time. So it marvels me.
So it is not just a miracle.
It must be connected, I am sure. But Michael, you should be able to understand. It's very clear that our PDP is in crisis. Now, for all the governorship aspirants to agree that there was no election, then there wasn't. So who's going to say?
You say all the aspirants.
We
have some persons that didn't attend that press conference
because they don't want to. The Right Honorable, the Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Saud Hokochukwu was there. Chief Ncheta Omerekbe was there. Chimanya So was there. Senator Inaya Baribe was there. And then Nana Amorfo was there. Let me
yes, I get it. So, but
Senator Nawaka was there.
Yes.
Too. And Barrister David,
is there a way out of this crisis in the PDP in Abia State?
They need to forget about the 3-man ad hoc committee
and
now allow election to happen.
Without the 3-man ad hoc committee, it means that the wards may not be represented in the.
But that is what they have to suffer for taking a wrong decision. There are consequences when we take decisions. And then let me also explain to you. The further consequence will be for PDP not to field a candidate in the next election. So what they do, because there's no going back.
You say they need to forget about the 3-man delegate.
We have statutory delegates.
If they do not forget about it and they field in, because names have been flying around of approved from all the wards in the state. In fact, you saw the video, the viral video, where the governor said it was successful at Obingwa Ward 7. The governor is also a member of the party. Saying the delegate election, the delegate congress was successful. So it means names might be fielded on that day. Are there implications to this? Because you're saying there was no election like that.
Let me tell you, let me give you an information, Michael. The forms were not even sold. We were told they were sold in Abuja. So how can you be doing a 3-man ad hoc congress and you sell your forms in Abuja? And the members of the House of Assembly and others are buying their forms here. So why must that happen? There is no excuse. There is no explanation.
The forms for the delegate congress was not sold.
It wasn't. Ask questions.
It should have been sold at the state level.
Absolutely. So there is something going on we do not know, which is the same reason why I can assure you that there was no election. There wasn't. Okay, you do an election. How can most of the aspirants, governorship aspirants, they are saying no, it never happened? And these are people from all the 3 senatorial zones, including Senator Abia Pdp.
Okay.
So you cannot be able. It will take the world to fall down for you to convince me to change my position in this, because it's very clear there was no election. What we're not talking about is forget about the 3-man ad hoc committee election. It never happened. We have to conduct our election with the statutory delegates. Otherwise, PDP should forget about Abia State.
Interesting. It is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions right here on Flow 94.9 FM. We're looking at the political development in the People's Democratic Party right here in Abia State. And we're talking to Honorable Mkpa Oju Uka. He's a philanthropist and a political scientist. And also Honorable Chisom Nwachukwu, a public affairs analyst who joins virtually. And, quite a revelation on the program this morning, saying forms were not sold for the delegate election, but the party has suspended the secretary, and there is an acting publicity secretary for the party. And I say, Barrister David also, I had him on this program, that was on Monday. He said that there was no 3-man delegate election. This is despite the press release by this signed on behalf of the state secretariat and the state working committee of the party by Chief Abraham, who says that it was held. So many of these things. I want to ask you, Honorable Chisom Nwachukwu, joining us virtually, is there a way out of this crisis as we speak? Because it looks like PDP might not be getting it right from your analysis this morning on the program. We have few days to the primaries, starting with the House of Assembly primary that will take place on the 22nd of May.
Well, my advice is very simple. Just to avoid rancor, crisis, and unnecessary open challenges, the party on its own has to suspend the 3-man delegate, whatever arrangement made, because there was none conducted in Abia State.
Okay.
All they have to do is to use the statutory delegates, those originally meant to vote for this aspirant, just elect whoever that will go for the party. So I think the advice is everybody should come together and agree on this. It is open. I'm coming from Mkpa. We are from Mkpa East. There was nothing like that in all the local governments of Abia State. So there is no way you conduct three-man delegate election, people will not know in their respective wards and fields, but such thing was not done. Maybe it was held in a private residence or something like that. But there was nowhere, no place three-man delegate election was conducted in the United States. So my advice purely.
Okay.
So come on.
Yes, where do you think this issue is coming from? Because it looks like some persons are saying it has been conducted. Do you see any influence from somewhere? I don't know. But the governor is also in support of the state secretariat here, because the governor came out publicly and said, yes, it has been conducted. Ward 7 has been conducted, and he's a stakeholder as far as the state politics. I mean, the party politics in the state is being played is concerned.
No. You don't conduct elections from there. It's a physical thing. Even the conduct of the forthcoming elections will be taken in the field.
Okay.
Such as such claimant delegate election. So there was no such thing conducted in any field or any venue in any of the local governments. So nobody can say this except if the state working committee or the party conducted this election, maybe brought everybody from all the world and then combined them in a private place and then did such thing. But there was no such thing done in any of these.
According to the constitution of the party, how is it meant to be conducted? Maybe we should delve into that. Then from there we have an idea of where the people should pitch their tent. Maybe it's been conducted or not as well. I believe the exercise should go on, should have been held across the wards,
just like an inner-man election. People have to be voted. There are aspirants as well. It's just that it's a three-man delegate.
Yeah.
Then people have to vote for them, just like you're doing an election. So, like Honorable Chisom was saying,
yes,
it is a physical thing, and people are saying it never happened in their world. This is very simple. It never happened in their world. So where did it happen? In my own community, in my own world, it never happened. That is what we are saying.
Let me just read out what the party said, that statement signed by Honorable Abraham. It says, the INEC did not say that Abia State Ward Congress did not hold, as been insinuated, and it is mischievous to attach such an interpretation, because there was a letter written by a lawyer to INEC to clarify issues, and the response given by INEC was that please refer to your letter dated 11th of May 2022 requesting confirmation if the commission is in receipt of a letter from the People's Democratic Party National Chairman and National Secretary that rescheduled the party's Abia State Ward Congresses that failed to hold on the 4th of May 2022. This is to confirm that the last notice received from the PDP National Headquarters was the one that scheduled the Abia State Ward Congresses for 4th of May 2022. Now that's INEC. Now the party responded to that and said the INEC did not say that the Abia State Ward Congress did not hold, as been insinuated. It is mischievous to attach such interpretation to a very clear and simple response to confirm that Congress is held on 6th of May 2022 as communicated to the state INEC office by the state PDP. A letter from the chairman of the PDP in Abia State dated 4th of May stated that the National Working Committee of the PDP has appointed members of the Abia State Ward Congress's Electoral Committee. So it went further to say that Abia State INEC has since acknowledged the receipt of the letter with a duly stamped copy dated May 5 and returned to the Abia State Party Secretary. I don't know how you want to respond to this. A lot of complications here.
That's nonsense, as far as I'm concerned. Who is this Abraham? Is he saying, is he trying to tell us that the governorship aspirants are lying? He's not even an aspirant. So I don't care what he puts together and put in the media. That is nonsense. This aspirant has gone as far as Abuja, and they are saying no election was conducted. Simple as that, and we need to accept it. And we, Michael, we really need to face the truth. If PDP want to, if they don't want to lose grip in Abia State, and the truth remains.
Are you saying that if this continues, PDP might lose?
Of course, they are falling apart. It's straightforward. You are in crisis. Other parties are putting themselves together. So you need to put your act together so that you can still be in charge of the state. If you continue to be in crisis, and then maybe it goes further on, and then you happen that you are no longer able to field a candidate.
Yes.
Then that's it. So let us face the truth. Let's forget about all this. That's nonsense. I've said that before. You cannot be deceiving. You cannot be telling us that. Why is the aspirants, almost all of the aspirants, most of them, are saying there was no election? So who is going to be fair? Who should be more interested in the election? Is it not the aspirants? They are, because these are the delegates that will be able to vote them in the primaries. And they are saying it never happened. So PDP has to conduct the primaries with 33 delegates. Simple and short.
Interesting. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll continue the conversation. We look at this issue from another angle, and of course, we talk about. We throw the lines open so that you ask questions and share your thoughts with us this morning on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow FM. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us. It is the last lap of the program this morning. The platform, the pinnacle of all discussions, right here on Flow 94.9 FM. It is the flow of God's own state. I have been speaking with Honorable Mkpa Oju Uka, a philanthropist, a political scientist, and also Honorable Chisom Owachukwu, who joins virtually, a public affairs analyst. And we've been looking at the development in the People's Democratic Party Abia State chapter ahead of their primaries. I mean, so much is happening in that party. It started with the zoning crisis, the Charter of Equity, then down the line it degenerated into the PDP Delegate Congress, and my guest in the studio are saying that it has not been held. In fact, they went ahead to say that PDP should jettison that because it is late and go with just the statutory delegates to elect those that will flag the party's flag for the various elective positions ahead of the 2023 general elections. Let me return to you. The last time we spoke about the People's Democratic Party, that you were with me right here in the studio, that was in the month of January. It seems you pitch your tent with the deputy governor, I mean the current deputy governor of the state, in the person of Right Honorable Udia Okochukwu. Why the deputy governor as the choice?
Well, I've always said to you, I'm going to just repeat what I said. Okay. First of all, we can only fix Abia from the inside, not from the outside.
All right.
I said to you, we need somebody tested and tried, who has all it takes, the experience of governance, antecedents, track record, history, to take us to fix Abia and take us to the next level. And I want to draw a comparison to Dr. Dave Umahi when he was a deputy governor. You cannot believe how he has transformed Ebonyi within the 8-year period that he became governor. And when he was deputy governor, nobody knew that Umahi is going to be the savior. So that is why I am so very much convinced about him, looking at his track record.
Okay.
And of course, every person in Abia will agree with me that meritoriously he should be the one to govern Abia. If the issue of zoning hasn't been, put in a contentious position, yes. And also let me tell you, Michael, I want us to put the record straight.
Okay.
It is no longer zoned to any senatorial zone. You will agree with me.
That's your opinion. The party.
No, but then you from Abia South.
Yes, the party, but form is being sold to all the senatorial candidates. I mean, aspirants from all the senatorial zones. Despite the party saying that it has been zoned to 2 senatorial zones.
It is 3 now because he is from Abia South. It's as simple as that. Okay. I'm only saying this so that it will be on record.
I get you.
Because there will be tomorrow when we will talk about it. So I've always believed in Right Honorable Saudi Uka, and I have every reason to do so. And I also...
Do you think he has the chances to become the candidate of the party, even looking at this crisis rocking the party?
Does he not have all it takes, the experience? What do we need to save Abia? Is it not the experience, the antecedents? I'm talking about meritoriously. He's the best around.
Interesting.
Whatever way you take it. So that is why I am, regardless of what's going on, I am still appealing to the delegates. I want to tell you one thing, Michael. If it was Zoom,
the statutory delegates now,
yes,
because
I am. Yes, because we have forget about Treman ad hoc. Okay. It never happened.
Okay.
And we are not going to use them. That's obvious. I don't care what anyone says. What I'm saying is, the delegates should know that Udoko, Right Honorable Saudi Uka, is the one that can fix Abia.
All right.
So my request or my appeal is for them to vote for me in the primaries.
All right.
So that you can fix it.
Let's get to hear from the people so that you can have an idea of what the people feel about the conversation this morning. It's very important to have a balanced conversation. The lines are very much open. Where feedback platforms are very much open also. On Facebook, we are facebook.com/Flow949FM. You can drop your comments, keep your comments coming. And also the lines are 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. Also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. It is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Good morning, our guest in the house.
Good morning to you, sir. It's a pleasure hearing from you.
It's my name. I'm calling from Umala, specifically Michael.
Yes.
The issue raised in the platform today is of paramount importance to the survival of Abia State. Even though we narrow it down to PDP, the zoning arrangement is PDP arrangement. There are no doubt about it. I am happy that your guest did mention David Omai from Ebonyi State, because before now in the southeast, the people were being looked down upon. Nobody knew that something good could come from Ebonyi State. That simply summarizes the fact that in every local government in Abia State, there are competent men and women who can rule this country and the district very, very well. But let us understand where the foundation of whatever is the agreement that is coming up today in the state is coming from. It started from the successive regimes in the state here. It is not the making of the present government. If Ochikalo, I still maintain my ground, has shifted power to Ashafat in 2007, the present agitation by people from the old Abajan to the same power of the West Constituency will not be here. That is the gospel truth. So if PDP, in their own wisdom, have decided to zone the governorship plot to do electoral votes in the state, for me, I don't see anything wrong with this. Because PDP is one party I know that have internal mechanism of regulating crisis within their system.
All right.
So what I'm saying in effect is that what as I want is to reign in Abia State, I also want people to know the truth, so that the truth will set all of us free.
All right, your time is up.
I'm not pitching tent with anybody.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We do appreciate you. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ikechuku.
Yeah, keep calling for my.
All right, Ikechuku.
Your best. So in this kind of issue, there are constitutional provisions. I think even the party rules. If the state party is aligned to the federal, the headquarters, national headquarters, then the devotees, the NEC shall start, pass vote of no confidence on the state ESCO, dissolve it, set up a practical committee and conduct primaries that will give them that will flag their flag in the state. If not, they lose it. That's not. And as per those people who are saying, if you are shifted it to Abia South, if you are shifted it to Abia South, that means you are doing the old things.
All right, Ikechukwu.
Like what Nigerians are doing, north and south. So when you come to south, this one take one shot, you must not come to. No, it's not. Right. You go by your 3 senatorial zone. That is a new formula for equitable distribution of resources.
All right, Ikechukwu.
Constitution does not recognize full data. It recognizes 3 senatorial zone.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Honorable Smith here.
All right.
Calling from Abba.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us.
I want to thank the guest for today for making his explanation very clear to audience.
Thank you, sir.
Because the truth will always set us free. I want to describe what is happening in Abia Pdp as regards the zoning as a situation whereby his father sees his daughter that is right for marriage and is asking the daughter, do you want to marry a man or a woman? It is very clear that this zoning has been established and it must go to Abia North because whatever that is not doing well, so that there will be peace and stability in the state. I want to also say that what Abians really need now is a man that understands the system and will be in control and not related by a television, like a television. A man that has some knowledge of what Abia State is all about.
All right.
Present and the future of Abia State. A man that understands and will be in control. A man that will not be boxed into a corner when he comes into a due to his own experience, and a man that has verifiable sources of finances and antecedents, not a man with a very questionable one. I want to say that what happened in Ebonyi State will likely happen in Abia State because the people must stand up and take their own thoughts. A deputy governor that has been able to establish himself as a man of excellence. Because what we are seeing in Ebonyi State is not just a fairy tale, it's about being experienced and coming into a system from the inside to change the system. Look at what we have today. The president was there and he was very satisfied. When will the president come to Abia State for once and be satisfied? I urge the delegates to follow a man. This deputy governor, I have been following him for a while.
All right. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Can you allow us to express ourselves? Because
your time is up. I already allowed you. We do appreciate you for joining us. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael Oni.
Good morning.
Good morning, my kids in the house.
Good morning, sir.
Like Olobo used to say, all expect. But what I know is that this is politics season and it's a game of interest. Even I see there, everybody knows where it belongs. But what I want to tell you people, I would like you to make sure that every problem PDP will be soon resolved and so that opposition will not take over. Because if you people can see what we are experiencing here in Imo State, I know you will back PDP and remain in PDP. God bless you all.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Michael.
Good morning.
Good morning, get to the house.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, my own take is that we have tried the zoning and we have seen where it has kept Abia after over 20 years. So I think that all the parties we should say this in the open. Let Abia for the very first time. Now that we have electronic voting, so let those, whether from the south or north or west or east or middle, let them advance to let those who will govern them. Because, like you know, presently Abia State is a laughing stock. Our education is in shambles, the infrastructure in shambles, nothing working. People cannot talk without being threatened. even when you don't tell them. So what you are saying is that all these they are zoning and agents are no longer interested. They have suffered a lot.
All right.
And people have died a lot. Let them allow people for the very first time to let all these zoning. You know, it is because people have special interest. They still want to foster CGs on Abia. That is why all this zoning and all that they are talking about. Let them allow agents to elect their leaders, at least for this one. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. We do appreciate it. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I want to.
Hello. Network. Hello. Good morning. Hello. If you can call back, I will appreciate. Hello. Good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning, Michael.
Yes. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, honorable man in the studio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, sir. Pleasure having you.
Thank you. I still remember Mr. Prince Williswago from here, no one trouble.
All right.
I'm very grateful hearing from my honorable man in the studio the truth and nothing but the truth. There's no way a party should zone its slot to 2 senatorial zones. It's unpracticable. But my question is this. Honorable, don't you think it would be wise for Abia State and PDP to adopt the formula used by Imo State PDP by allowing statutory delegates to vote instead of fighting for 3-man delegates as they are claiming? That's my question. May God bless in the studio.
All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. You would like to respond to that?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for calling in. I mean, that's the only way out. As far as I'm concerned, I think the issue of 3-man ad hoc committee Congress, which never happened, is forgotten. That is the only way PDP can save themselves. It's entirely in their hands. The leadership, if they decide to carry on in their crisis, they will end up not fielding a candidate in 2022. So the only option we have now is for the statutory delegates to carry the election.
All right.
They haven't got a choice.
All right. Hello. Good morning. Oh, that didn't pull through. Hello. Good morning to you. Welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Mr. Mike, good afternoon.
It's morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
It's morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
comrade.
Okay.
Yes, you are saying the truth, and the truth must be done. Let everybody being the candidates go to the field and play part so that we now select the good candidate. That is where we stand. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, I want to thank everybody online now. I want to thank the moderator and all that has spoken. I want to say that what happened or what is happening in PDP in Abia State is disheartening. And my name is Honorable Leo Onyekwere.
All right, Honorable. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, calling from Umuahia. You see, we have been advocating for this equity, and unfortunately, the party wants to disrupt equity. There's no way you can zone a governorship election into 2 senatorial zones. What you are breeding is rancor. What you are breeding is problem here and there, and that is where Abia now has pegged themselves to. But I believe that the literates, we are human beings, we are knowledgeable, we have brain, and we have sense. The best thing for them is to vote for the man we know. And who is that man we know? That will bring peace to Abia, that will bring good governance to Abia, that will bring transparency into Abia governance. And that man is Right Honorable Udo Okochukwu, the present Deputy Governor of Abia State.
Okay,
I don't know why and what is happening and why should it happen. We have a man that will take Abia to the next level, and we are still looking for. What are we looking for? God has given us the Savior, and that Savior, the Messiah, is Right Honorable Udo Okochukwu.
All right.
We should go ahead and vote for him.
Anyway,
I am calling on all the delegates, wherever you are, go out there and vote for Honorable Udo Kochukwu, regardless of whatever inducement, regardless of whatever anybody can tell you, whether from higher authority or from above or from this and that, what you are voting for is your better tomorrow. What you are voting for is for the future of your children.
Thank you.
And you are voting for peace and progress in Abia State. That is what we stand for. Go and do it. It's good for you. Thank you so much.
Anyways, I need to state here that it is not yet time for campaign, so that we don't get sanctioned. Let's follow the rule. When it's time for campaigns, we can openly campaign for the candidate of our choice live on radio. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm also my greeting to your guests in the studio.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I am your friend, Mr. Abakuru.
All right, Mr. Abakuru, thank you for joining us.
Yes, I'm coming from my state, the process.
Thank you for joining us.
Why we try to contribute to issues like this is that politics is something that affects everybody. If by tomorrow, as I said, gets a good governor or a good leadership, it is not only Adrian that will enjoy it. Those of us who travel to Abia for one business or the other will enjoy it. All I'm saying is that I want to advise the party to gather their acts together and be sure that equity prevails. Whoever is in the governorship thing, the senatorial thing, do not get it right. It does not happen. Just like what is happening in Nigeria today. Instead of the two major parties to say, we have joined our presidency to southeast or southwest. They said it is now open. You know, it is not right. So let them, let other states not step up the feelings of APC. Where the one of the nation, but at the end of the day, the cost mankind we can give it to PDP. Let them do the right thing. Whoever wants to go to equity must go with clean hands. If we are yearning for justice at the federal level, we should also practice justice at our own level in Igbo land. So I am totally condemning the situation whereby the party says it has gone into the position to push the president. They didn't do it right. And let them through the partisan line in their primary elections. Thank you.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. On the SMS line, this one says, my prayer for all of you is that God should keep you alive together and at Flow FM. Your honest desire to inform the listening public correctly is very commendable. Ojilere Simon from Imo State. All right. This one says, good morning, Michael. The crisis in the PDP Abia is a good development and divine. Let the beat goes on so that Abians will be set free from bad governance. Ikenna Udense. All right. You're saying. This one says, it's high time Abians forgot about PDP and their problems. PDP will not win Abia State come 2023, but might win some legislative positions because PDP has believed that Abians has... Okay, okay, that's coming from Maduka Okoro. He's saying that Udio Kochukwu is also part of the government. Maduka Okoro from Lagos. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. The Hello Flow, before... Okay, that didn't pull through. Okay, Ikomo Uduma from the Facebook page says, good morning, Mike. I want to condemn the situation in Abia PDP and also press release by the state government threatening the teachers from protesting over the unpaid salaries. All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Amos Michael, thank you. Saying the discourse is very interesting one, and I agree with the Honorable Mkpa Oju Uka is a good material for Abia. PDP needs to do better for themselves. Ezekiel Alves says, a very good morning to you, the pinnacle of all discussions, Michael Onim, and the distinguished guest in the studio. Wishing you all the splendid weekend. The earlier PDP in Abia State admit there is a political misunderstanding, dispute, disagreement, and disunity in their party, but better for them because they can not deceive some people. They can deceive some people sometimes, but they can't deceive everybody at the same time. We are watching all of them with keen interest. Much love, Flow FM. Hashtag platform. Ikpobu Ugochukwu says, what we need is someone that will pay workers full salary and not half. All right, I want to really appreciate you for joining us this morning. We hope to talk to you after the primaries, and we wish you all the best in your in job interest in Saudi Okojuku. You're so keen about him becoming the candidate of the PDP in the coming primaries. Thank you so much, Honorable Oju, for joining us this morning on the platform. We do appreciate you.
Thank you, Michael. It's a pleasure being here, and I've always maintained my position that Right Honorable Saudi Okojuku is the one that can fix that and deliver us.
The primaries will decide that.
Yes, hopefully.
So Honorable Chisom Mwachuku to join there virtually, a public affairs analyst. We do appreciate you. The program returns on Monday when we bring up another issue as far as Nigeria and also Abia is concerned. Do appreciate you for joining us this morning. Many thanks to my producer, Samson Eze Okoro, and also Wisdom Thomas. My name is Michael Odi.